The preceding program was sponsored by the friends and partners of Time of Grace.
The preceding paid program was not a production of KTVU Plus, and the products or services mentioned are not necessarily endorsed by KTVU Plus. You're watching KTVU Plus. Classic comedy, exciting game shows, juicy Hollywood gossip, and much more. This is TV on the plus side. KTVU Plus. Thanks for watching.
The Little Caesars Fox NFL Kickoff is delivered by Little Caesars, the official pizza sponsor of the NFL. Pizza, pizza.
Micah Parsons and the Dallas defense are rolling. They've held their last 4 opponents under 300 yards per game and did not allow a third down conversion last week. Today, they have a date with the Panthers. And Jared Goff's Lions sit atop their division and second overall in the NFC as they host the Bears. Week 11 continues on Fox NFL Kickoff. If you missed it, Week 10 was the week of the walk-off field goal. An NFL record 6 teams kicked their way to a win as time expired, proving you should never turn off a game. Speaking of that, some big stars light up our schedule today on Fox, including Dak, Herbert, Goff, and Purdy, plus a classic NFC East battle between New York and Washington. Welcome, everybody, to Fox NFL Kickoff. I'm Clarissa Thompson. He is Mike Vick, Charles Woodson, Julian Edelman, and Peter Schrager will join us in just a bit. But great news for you, Michael Vick. Guess what? Of course, as you know, you were on the cover of Madden back in 2004. Now, you are one of the chosen few to be chosen to be on the 20th anniversary cover.
That's special.
I want to know what that was like when you got the call, or maybe it was the fax, since we're so old. That's how long ago it was. When you found out you were going to be on the cover.
A long time ago. Shout out to Ty Stover, EA Sports. But I think this is a tribute to every teammate who ever blocked, tackled, quarter pass for me. I wouldn't have been in the position that I got in without them. So, you know, it's a celebration for everybody.
And you know what they're saying?
It's a celebration for everybody.
And you know what they're saying? I got to play with Mike Vick.
No
like,
doubt,
you were
man.
nasty.
Celebration for everyone. You're now you on our team, baby.
It's awesome.
Well,
Very
made it
cool.
the GOAT status.
Yes, sir.
Because you ought to go.
You've been going.
I love it.
And you too. And you see.
Well, some surprising injuries and organizational moves this week. So let's get you guys caught up on what's happening around the league. Cleveland's elation at defeating rival Baltimore in Week 10 was short-lived as they learned that quarterback Deshaun Watson will miss the remainder of the season with a shoulder injury.
Still rich.
And after a surprising Monday night loss to Denver, the Bills parted ways with their offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey, handing the interim keys to quarterback coach Joe Brady. And then back on the field, guys, Ravens bounced back to kick off Week 11 with a victory over the Cincinnati Bengals. But of course, Joe Burrow suffered a season-ending wrist injury. So many moving parts there, and you never want to see that, Jules.
No, you never want to see that. You know, Joe Burrow is a star in this league. And when a star in this league doesn't play, it's terrible for the league. And it's starting to become a concern because this guy's missed a lot of football games due to injury. Like, we all talk about Lamar Jackson and what he's done, and he's always... I think Joe Burrow has more missed time than Lamar. And speaking of Lamar and the Baltimore Ravens, the Baltimore Ravens are going to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl with the way they're playing right now. You look at their defense. You look at their defense. They're top 5 the top 5 in points allowed, yards per game. They're top 10 on third down, and they're 3 on in the red area. So they are situationally defense
really good.
insane.
Really
and that's
good.
not even talking about the offense and Lamar Jackson and how he's playing. The one thing that makes me a little scared is that Mark Andrews injury. He's the safety blanket for Lamar. He's a comfort factor for him. He brings toughness to that offense, but the emergence of Zay Flowers, who's been balling these last few weeks,
thank God.
and you got to watch out for OBJ. When the lights shine bright, OBJ is going to be out there, and you know you're going to be dancing. He's going to have some antics.
He's going to dance.
And he's getting better. He's getting better. So these Ravens, they're going to be representing them AFCs.
You mentioned the AFCs.
AFCs.
Like 1, 2, 3?
You mentioned Mark Andrews, of course. He's out for the season as well. You never want to see that. But, you know, being on the set with them Thursday night after that game, Lamar is playing loose and light. And even he got banged up in that game a little bit, but he is just playing so free, and that's a scary thing for the rest of the teams that they face. Charles, what are you looking at today?
Well, we're talking about the stars in the game and the stars being hurt, stars being out. Talking about Mark Andrews, you know, the security blanket for Lamar. And we got to talk about this hip drop tackle. And I think what happens in this game, man, is that when the stars get hurt, the NFL feels like they have to do something about it. And then all you have to do is assign a name to it and then just throw negative behind it. And so now you have the hip drop instead of it just being a tackle. You have Logan Wilson, who's busting his butt to go make a tackle to either stop a first down or a touchdown, and all of a sudden we call it hip drop. It's negative. He hustles down the field, tackles OBJ. OBJ gets up, you know, his shoulder is hurt. All of a sudden, we try to assign negative to that. So you take a hustle play and you turn it into a hip drop, which is all of a sudden now negative. And so the NFL is talking about taking the hip drop, the tackle, out of football, and they do not need to do that. You're changing the game too much.
I was going to say, so what I'm hearing is it's just, we've already said this a lot, it's hard to play defense in the league. It's hard to play the game because of...
Well, I mean, think about this. We had Trent Williams last week. He's running out, you know, outside. He's blocking for McCaffrey. The DB is basically running from him. Everybody's laughing, no, he's running. But a couple of years ago, you know what they did? They stopped the DBs from taking the legs out. He can't win that battle with Trent Williams out there on the edge, right? So he has to try to turn the play in the best way he can. But the NFL has taken that tool away from DBs. 180-pound DB running against Trent Williams, you can't win that.
Uphill battle.
Yeah, big discussion that we don't have enough time for, unfortunately. But right now, Week 11, what are you looking for, Mike?
I'm endorsing Dak Prescott today, playing winning football, protecting the football, stacking good performances, and finding a way to get CeeDee Lamb involved. I think he had got 34 catches over the last 3 games, over 500 yards, and it's been a formula for the Dallas